everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Into the Spotlight Talkshow! Another week of full great info, everybody. Interactive moments and a unique content. And this week, I'm better than the last week. I will tell you, 10% less sarcastic and 90% more beautiful. Because why not? Who cares? I'm exactly what you need on your screen and just enough. My name is Hector Vega, I'm your host, and today we're gonna start kicking off what we are doing on this show this week. We are celebrating the 5 years anniversary of Into the Spotlight Talk Show! Ooh, ooh, yeah! Everybody catch the story of Into the Spotlight today, and although catch the story of our interview for the new segment that we have today. It's called The Spot. So we interview Genevieve Bernard from Orlando Fringe Festival in our new outdoor segment. We should introduce you to the most places that here in Orlando, Florida, you must visit. We also got our WhatsApp segment today, yeah! And we're gonna give you details on the holidays and celebration of today's day and dropping up my top movies recommendation for the week. And today's guest of Into the Spotlight is the super extra mega talented Risa Risqué, who's gonna be talking about a lot of Orlando Fringe. And you know, guys, I love this program and this show and the people that are surrounded here, but especially for the people that dress me up. I want to give a huge thank you to the Sun brand, Impact Fashion, and Beyond, the Fast Lane, for the amazing shirt that I'm wearing today's day. And look at me. Oh, I look pretty, guys. Each piece is handcrafted with distinctive style, perfect for the modern gentleman here in Orlando, Florida. You can visit them at 1011 North Mills Avenue in Orlando, Florida, or you can contact Ashley Meadows at 608-516-6919 for more information. And of course, as always, give it a big thanks to Concrete Lion Pictures for letting us to shoot these beautiful studios, as always, every week on a daily basis and Into the Spotlight. If you're watching us on all social media platforms, please do so. Follow us on the social media platform of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Music Podcast, and Spotify. Hit the subscribe button, give us a like. Remember, this show is not sponsored by Sugar Mommy or Sugar Daddy. OnlyFans is not allowed. So you know already how can this turn on in the good way. For more episodes and highlights of Into the Spotlight on the weekly basis on the social media. So we are ready to start for the new segment. Not new segment, but we're going to start with the What's Up of today's day. Welcome to the What's Up or Into the Spotlight Talk Show. And today I will remind you what is this segment. I highlight the holiday celebration worldwide. It is happening true, and this is fact, of today's date. And my top movie recommendation of the week. Today is May 20, 2025, and we're going to start diving with what we're celebrating today's date. Starting with National Streaming Day. Well, all the social media platform is actually available, right, guys? This is time to celebrate the art of binge watching until you can remember what day it is. This is controversial. It's National Stop Nauseous Day. Somebody, did you know that? No, not at all. Do you know that, Kate? No, nothing. Welcome. This is something is happening today. No, nobody knew. Perfect. Nauseous. A whole day dedicated to not feeling like you're about to barge into a bathroom. Oh my God. Today is World Meteorology Day. Metro, not meteorology. Meteorology Day. And I think I figured it out with my DGA that it's Measurement Day. That's how it is. This is a day to appreciate all the signs that make sure your scale doesn't lie to you about your weight. Oh my God, this is horrible. And today, I think this is the final one. It's National High Heel Day. Remember the last episode that I said that Shakespeare was shaping about the high heels? This is actually an option. Today I can wear one. I don't have one, but you have one from home, please let me know. The one day that you can strut around in painful footwear and call it fashion. And finally, okay, this is a finally. But it is National Be a Millionaire Day. Time to dream big and picture yourself in a yacht eating only caviar. Guys, in my movie recommendation of this week, we're gonna start with Lilo and Stitch. This is a nostalgia. I born yesterday. We're not gonna say my age. This is actually forbidden. This is forbidden. Little Stitch is actually the prequel, a live action of Disney Little Stitch. A quirky alien named Stitch is sent to Earth, where he forms an unlikely bond with a young girl named Lilo. Together, they try to avoid capture while exploring the meaning of family and finding their place in the world. The cast of this movie is Chris Sanders, Tia Carrier, David Chase, and Vin Ramis. The director of this movie is Chris Sanders. And you can watch this movie on all theater, MAC, Regal, and all the one locals here, on May 23. Another movie, and this one, I would touch base on this one. Why Tom Cruise is still doing movies? Can somebody explain me? We have Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. This is out though May 23, the release on theaters, and this I can give you the details. Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise, faces his most dangerous mission yet. How many? How many what he want to do? He climbed out of the mountain. What else he want to do? He and his team must stop an international conspiracy that threatens global security. With the time running out, Ethan must navigate a web of deception and betrayal to save the world. Cast of this movie, of course, Tom Cruise, Simon Pegg, Rebecca Ferguson, and Vin Ramis. The director of this movie is Christopher McGuire. And my last movie recommendation of this week is The Last Rodeo. This is also launching on May 23 in all streaming theater platform. And in this is a gripping western, and aging cowboy must confront his past as he prepares for the final showdown. At the legendary rodeo, with this trusted partner by his side, he must decide whether redemption is possible before it's too late. This cast is Clint Eastwood, Morgan Freeman, Jessica Chastain, and Timothy Olyphant. The director of this movie is Clint Eastwood. And guys, make sure that all information is here available on your social media platforms, so maintain all the details and tunes about movie recommendation and the WhatsApp of today's day. Guys, this was the WhatsApp of today's day. Yeah! I will give you myself that because I did it great for the first time. This is episode 9, guys. I should be doing great at this moment. Guys, I will start right now with the new segment because, as you know, we are celebrating the 5-year anniversary, and the new format we're going to take a long branch and another opportunity. So, making the world debut and welcoming the new era of Into the Spotlight is the segment, The Spot.
Hello everyone, welcome to Into the Spotlight Talk Show, and this is a brand new segment they want to bring to you guys on the social media platform Into the Spotlight. It's called The Spot. And today we have the opportunity and the blessing to have a special guest for the Orlando Fringe. For 34 years in the industry and entertainment, you bring in right now for another year, the Orlando Fringe. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Genevieve!
Thanks for the nice welcome. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask the first question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your full name and since when? Who is Genevieve?
Who is Genevieve? That's a loaded question. My name is Genevieve Bernard, and right now at Orlando Fringe, I'm the director of experience, and that means that I'm kind of the storyteller of the organization, and that's also like marketing and fundraising and education. But also, I'm an artist. I'm a choreographer. I make dances. I know, surprise. I'm a painter. I make visual art.
You know what the fun fact about that? What? I do not paint anything. I just, the shapes when you do a house?
Yes.
That's the only thing I can do. I can do a house with shapes.
That's needed too.
Yeah.
So that's good. But yeah, so I'm like a multi-hyphenate. I like to, I'm an arts administrator. I make art, but I'm also an artist as well.
Oh, nice. So throughout the years, you've been, specializing in different genre, dance topics, and dancer. Why you're now like doing this whole coordination and direction? You still doing choreography for it?
Yeah, I still do that. But for this Orlando Fringe thing, I started as an artist. So in the festival, You can be an artist, you can be a producer, you can be an audience member, you can be a student. And I started as an artist, and I fell in love with this whole movement because it's a place where our whole Orlando community and beyond comes together to make art. And so I started that way, and I just worked my way up, and now I'm more on the side of making this happen so that more people can come and do their art.
I love that because as a theater boy, I never experienced this. I know the experimental theater is kind of the thing, and this is actually how the Orlando Fringe has been created, or it's just like the whole festival thing.
Yeah, it was you know what, it was the Fringe, and the Fringe movement was created many years ago. The very first Fringe was in Europe, and there was a festival where a lot of people were not included or accepted. So the artists that couldn't be a part of the festival said, we're going to make our own on the fringe of your festival, on the edge of your festival. And that started a movement that is all over the world. So we are one Fringe festival. We're the largest in the United States. But there's many of them in Canada. There's many all over Europe, Australia, Asia. They're everywhere.
So this is international. So
it's international.
No U.S. theater plays and producers do the show. They'll come people from like British.
Yes. We had artists actually arrive yesterday from Japan and from England, and so there's like a large amount of local artists that perform in this festival, and then we have national and international touring artists, and what they do is they tour this whole Fringe circuit of all these fringes around the world, and they love Orlando. We are one of their favorite fringes, so they all try to get into our festival.
And this is actually a fun fact that Fringe, the signature, it is the tutu.
Yeah, it is kind of the tutu. It's a big part of our Fringe culture for years. So Fringe is also about freedom of expression. This festival, we don't jury or we don't curate the festival. The people that participate, they put their names into a hat and we pull them out. And so it's all about allowing them to express and make their art in the way they want. And the same with the tutu. People want to wear tutus. They want to express the colors, the shapes, the sparkle. Look at you. And our volunteers, we have hundreds and hundreds of volunteers that run this festival, and they love to wear the tutus.
It just feels like and although that gave you like identity to the whole production part. Yeah. I love that because it's so contagious.
It is contagious.
This is contagious.
Wearing a tutu.
I'm wearing it. And just right now, I just wanted to give you details. So Orlando Fringe starts today.
It starts today. The ribbon cutting is tonight. And we have a really cool show tonight. It's a teaser show where the artists get to perform for 1 minute so that the audience can say, oh, I liked him. I want to look that up and go to that show. And then starting tomorrow for 14 days, there is theater, dance, music, art, shows every hour.
How many productions daily is going to happen?
Well, daily. That's a hard one. You're going to make me do math. I don't know. Gosh. There's probably 30 or 40 a day.
Oh, my.
But there's hundreds and hundreds in the festival.
I love that. So starting from May 13th to date, 7 p.m. is the cutting ribbon.
Yeah.
And all the information is going to be on the description as well, here on there, just right now. And from May 26th.
Yeah.
So how people can get the tickets, how the information is going to be available.
Yeah.
For everyone.
So go to our website. It's the easiest, orlandofringe.org. And then right on that front page, it'll say tickets, information, where do I park, what do I do? It's all right there. We're also on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're all over the place. So yeah.
And so everybody here on Into the Spotlight, we have in the studio, we're going to have another representation of the scene of Orlando Fringe. One of Risa Risqué is going to be talking about CINCO. And although I want to tell everybody a word of advice for people that want to pursue this career and this environmental events.
Oh, pursuing this career? I would say be ready to do anything. Be open to anything and just show up.
I love that. Thank you so much for that information. Again, all information is going to be in social media. This was the spot. Into the Spotlight TV. We go back on the studio.
Preview.
welcome back to Into the Spotlight Talk Show! Ooh, ooh, yeah. Guys, our next guest is a true powerhouse in the world of performance. With an impressive career spanning over a decade from captivating theater audience to electrifying burlesque stage, she left an indelible mark in both fields A multiple award winner, producer, and performer, she has experienced a remarkable career resurgence that revigated her passion and creativity. Please join me in welcoming the talented, multifaceted Marisa, but alter ego is Risa Risqué.
Hi, how are you?
Glad to see.
It's good to see you again.
Oh my
I know,
God,
it's been
I'm
a
so
minute. It's been a
excited.
minute. I've got something for you,
You
actually.
got something for me?
Yes, I brought
Oh
you
my God,
something.
I'm excited.
Here, it's a blacklist-based cabaret skin.
Oh, I gotta know
So,
that.
you know.
You can receive.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. I'm gonna wear this just right now.
Thank you.
Because
You
just
should.
oh,
You
thank
should.
you so much. How you doing, Risa?
I'm doing well.
You're doing
I didn't think
better.
about that.
Better than well.
It's a lot going on right now. So I think,
Oh,
I'm doing great, but I'm also like, it's so stressful.
Oh no.
Fringe season is
It's
stressful.
stressful. But
yeah.
diving in, we're gonna have a fun time today because we're gonna
Yes.
talk about what you do. But Marisa Risque, but alter ego. Can you tell me who is Risa Risque? How does alter ego born up?
So, so my name is Marisa or Marisa, and ever since I was a little girl, my dad nicknamed all of us kids. So me, my sister Alicia, my brother Gabriel, we all have nicknames. So I'm Risa, Ali, Gabe, and I didn't really ever, I guess, think about like how my name came about until a few years ago, because I was so used to just being Marisa and then Risa at home. And then because people could not pronounce my name correctly.
Marisa. Sorry, I think it's because you grew up in a like Latino environment. I think the
Correct.
pronunciation of the name needs to be. It's
Yes.
like my name it's not Hector, it's Hector.
Yes.
So it's just that.
Correct. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like you get used to kind of like accepting what people call you, but my parents were very like, no one calls you Marissa. It's Marisa or Marisa, And so people just sort of naturally started calling me Risa. Because my dad called me Risa and my family called me Risa, so everybody called me Risa. Short. And so I would always say to people, well, if you can't say Marisa because I don't like Marissa, so I would say it's Risa, like a Reese's Pieces.
If you're like bilingual like us, they're gonna say like, oh, your name is Laugh.
Exactly.
That's fun because it's like Risa.
It's Laugh.
It's Laugh.
Yes. And so then when I started creating the character of Risa Risqué and becoming a drag artist and a burlesque artist, I found my foothold was in laughter and comedy.
Wow.
And so it felt almost like divinely, like my name was just meant to be Laugh.
It meant to. And you call it alter ego. That's
Exactly.
actually. And I met you karaoke.
Yes.
Of many. I cannot count how many years, but we mean like 3 years.
Just a few years.
Few years ago. That's wonderful. But it's just the extreme talent that you have, and I think that's cultivated me from you in this day one. It's just. And I told you, you mentioned and manifested that you want to have my show running up.
Yes.
I will bring you.
You sure did.
And look at where we are.
Exactly. And I love your voice. I miss it. Like,
I know.
I miss you singing.
Yes. And probably gonna hear me soon because I have a surprise for my birthday. So okay. So you said you started in cabaret. Can you give me details on that?
So I would say like 12, 13 years ago, I will admit that I was an exotic dancer prior to getting into burlesque. And,
Wow.
and it was like the typical like college girl story where
I see survivor
yes,
experience.
exactly. I was like, I need extra money. I had a friend that worked at a exotic dance club, and so I kind of got in there, and I was doing door girl, and I was doing bartending, and then eventually go-go dancing, blah blah blah. And then I saw an audition for a fringe show, looking for singers that would be willing to disrobe. And
Of course.
yeah.
And you.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm already comfortable with my body. I might as well. And I love
Nice.
singing. So I kind of got in that way.
Yes.
And then from there, one of my good friends, Lady James, who owns the Corsets and Cuties Cabaret, she was like, I want to create a burlesque group. And I was like, okay. So then we kind of like started on that journey together.
Nice.
About 13 years ago. And then from that point, I realized that the thing I was missing was singing, was music, So then I sort of did my own thing and decided, well, I'm going to create a burlesque group that is solely focused on music,
And-
live singing.
And that's why you start pursuing like the whole entertainment performing part
Correct.
and production. Because
Yes.
So I have a more different question, because I know throughout this all years experimenting that transition and being whatever you are right now, what life lessons have you learned throughout your career in entertainment?
Well, I've definitely learned quite a bit about business in general. One thing I think I've learned more than anything is that producing it's a thankless job. And you have to be...
I failed that. I failed that. I know what you mean.
Yes. You have to be okay not
Being okay.
being okay.
Yeah, completely agree with that. Just in general, like, because it doesn't matter what kind of production. You have a vision, but people are not sometimes in your vision.
Exactly.
Life throw balls and obstacles and then all that stuff, and I felt
Yes.
that. And, so tell me more about it.
I'm a sensitive person. I'm a Scorpio, and so that's who I am. I'm like a water sign, and I just feel very deeply about things. And
I am a Leo.
You're a Leo. My sister's a Leo. That's so
Well, I
funny.
think we are adorable. We have the well,
Bruce, you're a Leo. That makes sense. All about me.
no, but I know, but yes.
But yes, and I think I just started getting into like the sun, the moon, blah blah blah. But
Oh,
I
you
guess
started
one of mine is the Leo as well. So I'm like a Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, and so basically like that big part of me
Yeah.
is like, look at me, like I'm here on stage. But that sensitive part of me is like, getting constructive criticism is hard sometimes, and learning to let go of things is really difficult. And I think that's the biggest part of producing, is that you have to be okay with like not getting thanks or not getting praise or being in the background and people not noticing how much you do.
And actually, throughout the years, because I have experience in this industry, really like close by on production, it is the way to start learning how to be more fit
Yes.
throughout the process and try to embrace it, because your vision is your vision. Nobody else can take it out from
Correct.
you. And when I saw you as an essence, I feel I detect myself, because it's just like everybody have the opportunity to shine. Everybody, I think the resilience of people, like the resilient people, are the one that keep going no matter what the adversity come through. And that's how I see you. And when I told you about it. When I met you, I want her, because your energy transpire in so many ways. Then being a karaoke host, be a performer, and now be a producer is giving you a level up, though. It's just, I'm really proud about it for
Yes,
you.
thank you so much. Honestly, like it does mean a lot to me, because like I think that's the other thing too, is like, yes, I know my talent and I know what I do, but I want to see other people shine.
Oh.
And that's really like a big passion of mine. Is like, if I can see somebody and I say, you have talent, or there's something special about you, I want to put that to the forefront. And that's a big part of being a producer as well, is like, get you on stage, get you seen, you deserve it.
And that happened. I do have another questions, because we need to go to CINCO as well. But what has been the most exciting moment that you've seen the final result of your work?
I hate bragging about myself when it comes to these sort of things, but I will say that after producing for about 10 years at the Fringe Festival, last year I was awarded the Veteran Producer Award. And I didn't know that that was even a
The
thing
thing.
that I
French
should even
everything.
get.
Everything is there happen. Like it can make everything for everything.
It literally felt so much joy for me because, again, you know, like I don't think that people see how hard we work behind the scenes sometimes. And I was literally leaving the lawn because I was like, okay, we went through all the awards. I'm not winning an award this year. You know, like last year we won the Green Venue Award, which was the most sold out seats. And I was proud of that. And then I was just like, well, not winning anything else. So I was going to get a drink. And my friend Tamisha stopped me and she just started distracting me. And then all of a sudden I heard my name and everybody was screaming. And I was just like, what? And then
Why?
somebody was like, you won an award. You won an award. And I was like, what did I win an award for? Like, how could I win an award? And then Michael Marinaccio awarded me, and he was the Fringe producer for years. And basically, it was like, hey, you won this award for being an incredible veteran producer. And I just, I'm so proud.
Mesmerized.
I'm
Like,
still
you got
like choked
mesmerized.
up about it. Like,
And talking about experience in producing and on Orlando Fringe, you are launching CINCO.
that's right,
No,
CINCO, a new original live band musical.
I want to hear about that though, because I know you have the story behind Hotel San Juan in there.
Correct.
So tell me about details about that show.
So CINCO is actually definitely different than the other shows that I've written. When I was working at House downtown, unfortunately, RIP, it's gone. RIP Church Street. So originally I wrote, it was called the Church Street Cabaret, which turned into A City Beautiful Cabaret. And then when I was doing all this research on how rich and diverse Orlando's history really is, my husband, who is my co-writer and co-producer.
Hi, husband.
Hello. He started doing a lot of research on his own, which led to Hotel San Juan and all the tragedies that were within that space.
Oh, yeah.
So then when we were June of last year, we were having the wrap party for San Juan. And we all said, okay, what's the next musical that we write? Do we write City Beautiful #3, which is the Civil War that Orlando actually had?
Oh, wow.
So then we were like, okay, so do we write the Civil War or do we take a break, you know? And we all shot out ideas. And then I said, well, here's an idea that I have. And it was based on me taking a shower one day. And then I thought, if I slip in the shower and then I just die, then what's left of my life, right? And so then I started developing this weird idea of like the what ifs of your life,
Yes.
you know? If you kind of hide yourself in this space and you don't take the chances, what are you missing?
A lot in the present time, like in here, yes, a lot.
Exactly, a lot. So we all shot out these ideas. There was 10 ideas on the table, and they all just said, CINCO.
CINCO. Oh, nice.
Let's keep going with CINCO. And so the idea of CINCO is that Quinn Perez is a man that is turning 25 on Cinco de Mayo. And
It's fine. Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Interesting.
And so basically he goes through these phases of his moments where he's like, I'm going to have my birthday, but is it my death day?
Oh, wow.
And because he's had so many bad birthdays.
Birthdays.
So starting with his 5th birthday, his dog died. Then his 10th birthday, his parents divorced. Then his 15th
So it's a
birthday.
trauma, but it's a trauma, but it's a trauma, but it's a trauma, but it's a, so it's just every 5 years to have a.
Every 5 years he has a trauma.
Oh my God.
And so in his 25th, excuse me, he goes, well, I'm gonna just have this big birthday and it's gonna be my last. And his best friends are on the other side of the room and they're like, we're gonna throw a big surprise party for him because 25, you know? And so basically, he decides that he's going to lock himself in his room and he's not going to come out.
Wow. And this show is it started yesterday, right?
Correct. Yes. Last night was our first night.
So so where they can find it, it's going to be in the Renaissance Theater Company at an event, Orlando Fringe Festival. It's starting from May 16 to May 5th, 25. But where they can find the tickets?
So you can go on to the Orlando Fringe, the box office, And you can either do that or you can go straight to the Blacklist Babes Cabaret or Cheesy Pizza Productions. You can find tickets there as well. But yeah, just go to the Fringe. I would say just go through the Fringe and then you just get your tickets. You do have to buy a button. It's only like, what, $10?
Yes.
But that goes right back to the Fringe Festival because the great thing about Fringe is that all of the ticket sales go back to the artist. So they really do a lot for us at the Fringe.
So I got to repeat the information to everybody. So you can find CINCO, our Orlando Fringe tickets, available on orlandofringe.ssboxoffice.com. And you're going to be in the Renaissance Theater Company, so it's accessible. So
very accessible, very easy.
You go to Renaissance Theater Company option, and you're gonna be CINCO in that line.
Correct. Yes, it's just CINCO a musical. It's very easy to find.
I'm going soon, so you're gonna actually watch a review of this on the social media platform Into the Spotlight Talk Show. Thank you so much to be here.
Thank you for having me.
But guys, don't go anywhere because coming on next we got the minute challenge of today's day. Never have I ever with
Oh
Risa
no.
Risqué. Going right back after this short break.
Preview.
Welcome back to Into the Spotlight Talk Show! Yeah, we are back here with Risa Risqué. Okay, this is the fun part.
Okay.
So first, I'm gonna give you the deets and debts.
Okay.
So we are celebrating 5 years, as you can see. We're celebrating 5 years on Into the Spotlight, and Never Have I Ever has been with us for the past 4 years.
Okay.
I take it away, but I love this game because I try to create something thematic of their interview.
Mm-hmm.
So I make the Never I Have Ever questions based of your career and
Okay.
profession. So hopefully you're going to turn well with this one. And we have already our palette signs. I don't have the 5 years anniversary yet, but we're going to have it, I promise. So I'm going to have several questions here. We're going to react the way we're going to react. I will ask them, or you can actually do the second one.
I'm going to try not to look at it.
But actually, we can make one. You can make one. I can make other one. So I'm gonna start.
Okay.
Like I said, never have I ever watched a horror movie alone at night and regretted it instantly. Well,
yeah. Yeah.
I choose violence all the time. It's just many reasons. And it happened with The Exorcist. I hate that movie so much.
Oof.
And I said I cannot regret it because I choose to.
Oh,
So
well,
that's my reason I should.
I love horror movies. Like, obviously, I love scary things in
Same.
general. But I would say there was times where I chose to watch a horror movie late at night and then been up until 5 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't stop thinking about it. So yes, exactly. Or have night paralysis or sleep demons.
Something like that.
To me.
That happened when I was a kid. It was happening. Okay, what is the next one?
My next question.
Yes, it's there.
Okay,
right?
got it. Okay. Never have I ever accidentally tripped and fallen in front of an entire audience during a performance.
Waving a hand in hair, waving hand in hair. I will tell you what I did. It was in a concert. I was a dancer at that time. I think it was in 17, 16. So the stage was actually 12 feet. So everybody tell me beware with the cliff. Beware with the cliff, and I fell. And because of that, I stopped dancing in my life.
See, no, never stop dancing, number one. But number two, always trip Purposefully.
Beautifully. I
Yes.
was just like
Always
beautifully.
trip purposely or beautifully or just
Beautifully
like
on the
do
way.
something that's like,
And then, you know, ballroom area is like, oh, let's
Yes.
go to the dab.
yes, exactly. Have I tripped on stage? Probably.
Rapidly.
But have I done it like this? Absolutely.
I bet for it.
So that's a never.
Never, I however, tried to give a dramatic speech in real life and ended up sounding completely ridiculous.
What? Come on. Let's be real.
I'm sarcastic by nature. I cannot filter that.
No, I have 100% like had like serious moments in front of friends and then said something so fucking stupid and then been like, I meant to say that.
I meant it.
Yes.
You meant
Absolutely.
I meant it.
Of course.
Yeah, another one? You want to do another one?
Let's see. Never have I ever convinced myself there was something creepy hiding in my closet late at night. Yes.
Yes, I have.
Yes.
Completely have.
Absolutely.
Boogeyman.
Okay, so like I guess like what would they say? Sleep paralysis.
Oh, the paralysis.
demons.
That's not paralysis. Sleep.
It's like a funny thing right now, like on Reels, you know, that your sleep paralysis demon is just like me. And like I swear to
I will love
God, there
that.
have been so many times where I have been sleeping and just like felt a weird finger on my back or
Oh,
heard a
no.
noise or like fell on the floor and been like, no, you know, like yes,
I love
absolutely.
that. I love that. I think this is the last one. Never ever had a wardrobe malfunction while on stage. I would lie, and this is not the last one. I thought it was a.
Of course,
Who doesn't?
absolutely.
Who doesn't?
Of course, like. As
Oh
a
no,
brother-
actually no. Actually no.
Okay.
We're really perfectionists.
You're right. We're professionals. We've
Yeah, we're
never done
professional.
that.
No,
We've
actually
never
no.
done that.
It's,
You're right.
It's beautifully made.
Absolutely.
Beautifully made.
As a burlesque performer, you just rip it off and keep going.
Yes, and it's part of the. And I work in Halloween, so yeah, it's part of the thing.
Exactly.
Last question. Do you want to do it?
Never have I ever had an awkward encounter where I couldn't stop laughing in a serious moment. Well, I mean, we've all had sex. So, you know.
And that's all for today's day. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, lovely.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that was so cute. Okay, so I thought there were less of that, but it's really great. Risa, the way they can find you on the social media platform, and although again on CINCO.
Of course, yes. You can find me at Risa Risqué, RISA RISQUE, Risa Risqué. Basically. Don't do that one. It's so risque. On Instagram, you can also find us on Cheesy Pizza Productions on Instagram. We also have the Blacklist Babes Cabaret on Instagram. But absolutely, just go to the Fringe, you know what I mean? Like find our tickets there for CINCO. Go to the Renaissance Theater Company. They also have links directly to all of their shows. It is so important to come and support local theaters. So thank you so much for having us.
I appreciate your support. I see you soon on CINCO. And
Yes.
everybody at home, thank you so much for watching Into the Spoiler Talk Show. A new episode's coming on Thursday with Roxanne Fayette LeBlanc,
Yes.
entertainment performer, and of course, always you have to have fun on this show. What's up, buddy? Until next time. Woo!
Yeah.